Good morning. My name is Vita. This is Hippie Hub. And today we're going to talk about burnout and recovery. Now, who am I to be listened to? Literally no one, just a regular person, a regular mom dealing with a bunch of stuff, working on her goals and dreams and improvements. And yeah, I have worked really, really hard to get to where I wanted to get with my small business, but I burned myself out. I think the whole last year was kind of like pushing through. It got to the point where I did absolutely everything through like some sort of pain. But I was like, I have to do it. I have to do it. I cannot stop now. I have to do it. And looking back, I couldn't have done it any other way. I had to pull through that toughest phase to get to where I am now. But this month has become a reset month. I also had so many plans. I'm gonna do like this sewing video, because that's what gets most views. But like seriously, I couldn't pull it out of myself. I have neglected my home. I needed to literally do deep cleaning in every corner possible of my home, but I couldn't do it all at the same time at once. I had to pause something to get certain things done that are important to me and that is going to give me clarity. So yeah, and I've been sharing this openly, like to people that I know and friends. Like I have reached a burnout. I'm in a burnout. I am so like exhausted. It got to the point where I couldn't fall asleep at night anymore. Like I was tossing and turning. I would wake up in pain. My upper back was just in the pure spasm. I started feeling the pain from like a lot of sewing and lack of taking care of myself. And even when I would attend my exercise, I felt like I was forcing it. I was just pushing myself to do better. But I overdid, and I exhausted myself. And that is simple truth. And, in a way it had to happen because now I'm reevaluating certain things and resetting certain things. So it's not a mistake. It's just an acknowledgement. And also, like I worked so hard on this YouTube channel for 2 years with the best abilities that, I have. And I wasn't even sure if I'll be able to monetize at one point, but I monetized, and that is so exciting. And once in a while, when my video does really good, I get a small payout, which is amazing that I got to that point. And that's why I was holding on to it so like stubbornly. I didn't want to let go that effort and that I already put into it. So yeah, this video is not going to be long. Don't want to be like too boring here. So certain, when things are kind of starting to feel really stressful, it starts to feel like a tornado, and even more crazy things happens, and then it gets so insane, and it just like boom, everything just like calms down. Like they say, the silence before the storm and then the silence after the storm. So that's kind of what happened, and certain events that really pushed me over the edge kind of like got me so frustrated. Certain events that happen, like out there in the world and in personal life, that just really like it was the final drop. And I was like, no, something has to like change. I have to reorganize everything physically and mentally and in a lot of ways. And it's been working out because this month I have been only doing videos that require pretty much just a couple of chats. Because as you know, like to make a sewing video, it requires a lot more time and preparation and effort. Yeah, and I needed to share things. I needed to test my boundaries. I needed to see where people are at, because one thing I am certain of is that I don't want to do anything in life um, if it's gonna require me to hide myself or certain like sides of myself or certain opinions of myself. I don't want any of it. Like someone can offer me uh, a freaking McDonald's franchise and say it's a gift for you. You can just work on it, and whatever you earn is all yours. I would be like, thank you, no, thank you, because I do not want to be part of like something that completely doesn't align with my health and moral values. I'm just that type of person. Somebody can say, hey, like, I'm going to offer you this paradise, the life on a beautiful yacht with beautiful everything, but you're going to have to restrict yourself to only these opinions and these topics, and basically you're going to have to swallow certain part of yourself, but you'll have everything. I will say no, because I know that I will literally suffocate and die from the inside, and I won't be able to do it. It's just how I am and who I am. I will never say something I don't mean or hide something that I feel that needs to be said for the sake of making more sales or having more like subscribers or views. It's just not who I am. So these conversations in the last couple of weeks have been kind of like my own foot, standing strong with who I am. And it goes to with the personal sides too. I find it amazing because whenever I go somewhere lately, I start well, naturally happens that you start chatting with some people, who are strangers, whether it's in a swimming pool, whether it's next to the kids' school, whether it's in somewhere on the way, somewhere in a bus, it happens. And I don't hold back, like small thing leads to another thing, and I say what I think. And some people, it's funny, some people like just like either have that vibe, they have no idea what I'm talking about, they think I'm crazy, or they immediately start to avoid me. But amazingly, some conversations have cracked open in such an awesome way that people completely know what's happening. And I'm like, you know what? Thank you so much for this chat, because like we gotta keep talking and I feel less crazy now. So yeah, I don't care. I don't care. I say what I think. I say what I want. That's who I am. And yes, so you know, reaching that kind of like culmination of my burnout, kind of feeling like I want to scream to the world and shake everyone up and be like, guys, please, let's all realize, because we all together have power to just say no. All of us together, we have all the power, because we've been so divided and manipulated and confused into like many little groups of different types of beliefs, and everyone's so sensitive now. We just, like wasting energy trying to convince each other of our own like sides of the story, which whatever, it is what it is. I can't change the whole world on my own, but I'm not going to mold myself into an expectation of others. So what I was going to get at, so when I felt really at like kind of one of my most vulnerable weekends I've had. Um, and there was certain situations that pushed me over to the final drop. One of my good friends, Jen, who does spinal energetics, she said, "You know what? Let me do a session on you." And I was like, "Okay, okay, thank you." And it's normally I'm very physical, practical person. Like when it comes to like my body, I'm more like into, oh, you gotta like have a massage and like really like like work that pain out of you, like and um and I know for sure that my friend Jen is like the most genuine person out there, and she is in a way magical because she just has this incredible presence and just honesty, and she's just lovely human. And she did spinal energetics. If you don't know what spinal energetics is, you can look up her Instagram account. I'm gonna put it right here. She does a great job explaining it. And someone who, like, to me, spinal energetics, it's not something I completely deny the effect of, but I told her, she knows it. I I don't understand it. I don't know how it works because I understand what your nervous system is. And I'm not saying it's not real, it's an actual thing that exists, but it's hard for me to understand that there can be a healing power through like a distance. But she does a beautiful job at explaining what it is, that the healing happens within me. She's just guiding and helping to activate it in a way. And you know what? And I joke that my nervous system was just like a burnt charcoal, about to completely die out. And yeah, and that session felt so amazing, and I still don't understand it, but I guess you don't have to understand it to gain to experience it and to gain certain benefits of it, only if you allow it to happen. And that's exactly what happened. And I felt so relaxed after that session. That insane tension that was just brewing in my shoulders and my upper back, just I after the session I was just like, it felt like my shoulders are finally hanging rather than being like stuck to my ears. And yeah, I mean, a lot of things, but that moment was like a tipping point. It felt like it reminded me that I need to stop and pause and just be like, wait, observe the chaos. Just step away for a minute so I can, understand everything better. So I can solve what I need to solve better. Yeah. So check out her Instagram. She helped me to reset. I don't know in what way exactly, but it was that moment that got me like, woof, okay, something has to change. Um, and I'm not saying that everything that I was talking about or experiencing was overreacting. I still strongly hold myself on everything that I have been talking about or being frustrated about. It was not overreacting at all. I was just allowing it to kind of like stress me more than I guess I needed to. But on the other hand, it's funny because sometimes you need to go through that discomfort to actually come out of it stronger and be able to solve it. Because I really don't see how I can be comfortable in a situation and then want to change it. Like, the only reason why I want to improve my situation and change the situation is because there's something that is not right in it. So there is always that discomfort and knowing that something has to be done about something, if that makes sense. Anyway, regardless. So this video is about, reaching a tipping point of the burnout and now paying attention to what I need to do to help myself. I booked also a massage, which felt really good. I have another one coming up this week. Um, I have been cleaning my home, like every corner of it. I am looking for things to let go and get rid of. I'm even putting my massive, beautiful monstera plant that I grew from a tiny baby that I love so much. I'm giving it up for adoption because as much as I love certain things, my priorities are a little bit different now than it was like 5 years ago. And some things need to change, like I cannot change everything at once, but I need to work with my situation now. And I need more space in my home. I need less clutter because the space I'm living in is extremely limited with everything I'm trying to do. So I feel like I'm drowning in objects and stuff, and it's overwhelming me. And I'm a very minimal person. I always feel like extremely overwhelmed if I can't pack my whole life in like 2 suitcases and be ready to take a flight and go somewhere else. I've been a free spirit in that sense my whole life, and now things are different because I've got a family and I've got different responsibilities and I've got children. But at the same time, I feel like what I'm doing now at my home is I'm getting ready to leave this home because I don't want to be there anymore. But also at the same time, I am making more space in my immediate environment because I know that I still have to stay there for a bit. And I can't hate it to the point where it's like stressing me so much. So one thing at a time, I will solve it. And it's been feeling good because, like doing more cooking, I have set up like 3 massive jars of fermented cabbage at home, which I've been wanting to do for like a couple of weeks now. And I've been procrastinating or just being busy with other stuff. I'm still doing my restocks, still posting a video, maybe not the most entertaining one, but it is what it is. I need to do certain things that I need to do. And then when I get clarity about all the other things that have been feeling so heavy on me, I am going to get back to creating and making different type of content because all these things you have to remember that, or I have to remind you, or I need to remember, all these things that I love doing were just a hobby that was only like feeling like light and fun thing without like high expectations, and I was just doing it whatever because it was just for myself. But now I turned all of my hobbies into work. So there is certain expectation and demand and to improve myself, to learn, to get better, to do it in a way that it's sellable and profitable. And it takes certain joy out of it. People say, oh, if you turn your work into what you love to do, you'll never have to work in your day, in your life. No, I don't think it's true. You're probably going to just be working like 25 times harder because you're more passionate about it. But yeah, so that's why I booked myself some swing dance lessons because I needed something that is not work. Like, I don't know. For me, like hobbies in my life have always been very important because it's something that is something that you do for yourself. Like I cannot have everything just work and work, and the hobby is work, and the interest is work, and everything is work. Like I cannot be that way. I need separations between things, and everything just got mushed into one because I am working through home. So my homemaking, which is like a family role, got mushed together with the work because I constantly work into the environment that I do my other work in. And then all the hobbies became work, and it was just like never ending, constant, from 6 a.m. to late at night, Monday to Sunday. I'm in my working environment all the time, and that has really started to drive me absolutely crazy. So yeah, you know you know one thing at a time, I'll solve my problems. But yeah, so massage, swing dancing lessons, getting back to more of my kitchen stuff, to just put back that love into basic things, because I forgot how to enjoy any of it. Everything became like a really like burdenous task, and I don't want that. I didn't want that from what I do. So I need to reset. I need to kind of go back and do little thing at a time with everything, with the small business, with the shops. And like even taking on 3 stores just before summer, opportunity came along and I jumped. I had to take it. And if I didn't take it, I wouldn't have known which one will end up to be the better one. And I had to drop one location, or I chose to, but I kept for myself the better. And now the pace, the amount just feels right and it's perfect. So, like I still had to go through that extra push to take the best out of it. And also I love fall. Fall brings me certain, like, I don't know, just it's kind of what I'm going through now. I'm starting to shed things, and I start to see little leaves falling, and the weather is changing. Still beautiful outside. And I am really, really going through like kind of like a fall thing with my myself and what I'm doing, just eliminating things I don't need that is in the way, and only keeping and gonna focus on the main things that are working, and I'm gonna keep going. So yes, my friends, just to let you know, next video is coming up, um, about amazing thrift haul. I went thrifting with my kids, and it was a really good shopping. I got a full rack of beautiful fall clothes that I'm looking forward to show it to you. And I will next week. So there you go. I'm slowly getting back into other themes of the videos. Okay, I think I'm done. I don't even know, to be honest, I don't even know what I spoke at this point, but I guess we'll review and we'll find out. And thank you very much to, the few people that like one of my videos like this. I do appreciate it. And if people don't want to listen to this or hear this, it's all good. I'm not doing this for attention. I am doing this for my own promised uh, mission, that I'm going to show up here once a week, every Monday, 10 a.m., even though I posted a couple of last videos on a Friday. Because as soon as I recorded, I was like, I don't want to change my mind about this. So I'm just going to put it out there. It's not that what I was saying that I would change my mind about what I was saying, but I didn't want to change my mind about sharing it and putting it out there. I was like, I gotta commit. Okay, my friends, my people, all the all the hippie crows out there. Thank you for being here. And I'm going to love you and leave you. And I'll see you next Monday at 10 a.m. with a fun thrift haul video. I hope you enjoy it. Bye bye.